Ernesto Mercado. Ernesto will take on Daniel Evangelista on April 14th in Costa Mesa, California. Ernesto, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Good, good. So 4-0, four knockouts. Let's take us through. We got this big fight coming up on April 14th against Daniel Evangelista, a veteran in there. Talk about we're a couple weeks out. Talk about the fight.
I mean, I'm in great shape right now. As I said, Daniel is a veteran. He has over 30 plus fights, so I'm planning on taking that experience from him. Learning it while I'm in the ring, and just obviously knocking him out. I want to continue my knockout streak.
You know, you've been fighting guys with 5, 6 fights, 7 fights, and now you're fighting a real veteran in there who's been in there with some known names in there. Hank Lundy. I mean, we see all kinds of just going down his resume. Isaac Cruz, all kinds of solid fighters. You expect this to be your toughest bout so far? Bout number 5?
I would hope so. Styles makes fights, so it's hard to tell. But like he's obviously been in there with some great competition. So, like I said, I'm hoping to steal the experience that he has and add that to my resume, and hopefully get a knockout as well. Because I don't come for anything less. I want to excite the fans.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. I did some reading on you. Yeah, you pretty good amateur career. You have some decent names on your resume. Talk about who is Ernesto Mercado? When did you start boxing? What got you into boxing?
I started at 4 years old. Originally, my father and my uncle got me into boxing. They were starting out. They started training, so that kind of caught my eye, and I wanted to do something that interacted with my dad. So I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. So at 4 years old, I let my dad know, and since then, right now I'm 20 years old. Amateur career, I had over 21 national titles, over 300 amateur fights. I think my amateur record was 290-10. And I was supposed to represent Nicaragua for the Olympics, but unfortunately due to COVID, so I had a pretty good career. Now I'm 4-0, 4 knockouts. So
you're from the Pomona area, yet the Nicaraguan roots. Talk about that. I would imagine your father probably had a lot of Arguello stories and such like that. You probably got hit with a lot of those stories about what kind of fighter he was back in the day. Talk about growing up, maybe idolizing or learning about the Nicaraguan fight scene.
Yeah, I'm also of Mexican descent from my mom's side, so definitely, I'm very I got a well cultured background because those are two they both love boxing. So, but as far as Arguello, I watched a lot of Rosendo Alvarez, who there's a controversy on his first fight with Finito Lopez, and right now we got Chocolatito, so and then Salvador Sanchez. So I watched a lot of those guys coming up, man, and they were just amazing to watch. Something back then that was like the way they were boxing, the way they're letting their combinations go, you don't see that no more. So I would definitely want to bring that back.
The hat, you got the Nicaraguan colors as your hat. Is that purposely done?
No, it's not Nicaragua colors, but
okay, it looks blue and white.
Oh, it's gold, almost though, almost.
Okay. So so you have the big amateur career. You turn pro. Let me just get the notes out here. You turn pro, and then you get these 4 fights in. You turn pro at age 19. What was the decision at age 19 to turn pro?
Mainly due to the Olympics. I wanted to do Olympics first, but after they shut it down for the final time, saying that the COVID, they were just gonna do hand selected. So I was like, you know what, there's no point. I'm not gonna wait another 4 years and waste some of my prime years for the pros for another Olympic shot. So that's something I just decided to do.
You're being in the Pomona area. Do you run into Mr. Mosley at all?
Yeah, every now and then. He lives a block or two away from my gym, actually. So he always stops by every now and then as well. So it's pretty cool.
You get some pointers from the Sugar Man.
Yeah, every now and then. Every now and then.
Tell us a little bit about your style. You mentioned that Nicaraguan and the Mexican culture. You bring that Mexican style into the ring with you.
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I'm a fan friendly type of fighter. I like to bring excitement. So it's always, I'm never just trying to win comfortably. I'm always trying to do more and get the knockouts. Obviously, that's what the fans want to see. But I definitely, I'm a different type of fighter from these fighters now. I'm a combination type of puncher. I use my legs, and I feel like I have that mentality of Edwin Valero in the ring. A ruthless type of mentality in the ring, and that's something we don't see no more. So,
You turned pro in the Atlanta area, yet this will be your fourth straight fight near home in California. Is it something that you enjoy? I know sometimes it can be a little bit of a distraction. People, cousins and uncles come out of the woodwork wanting free tickets and this stuff. Is it? How does that appeal to you when you're fighting at home?
I actually like it better. It's more obviously more convenient, I'm at home, but I get to have all my fans come through, so that's definitely always a big advantage for me, and it pumps me up to put on a better show. So always having it over here is always better for me.
You find yourself, you mentioned that your style of fighting seems to be fan friendly, and you like to mix it up. You see yourself as being, when the time comes, whether it's 8, 9, 10, 12 fights, once you get on television, you'll be a television staple.
Oh, most definitely. I feel like a lot of the fighters in my weight class right now, I could challenge them right now, and I feel like I would honestly just knock them out, and I feel like I would make a big statement for television, and I think that I bring something that these fighters don't bring no more.
You see, like you said, you just said you see some of the guys who are on TV. Maybe we know. I'm sure you don't want to mention any names just yet, but some of the guys that maybe that roll off the tongues of boxing fans, some of those names that you could probably knock out right now. Is it hard to you're fighting these kind of growing fights, these 4, 6 round type of fights? Is it hard to contain yourself to say, hey, in your mind you're ready for the 8, 10 round type of fights? Is it hard to kind of separate, being that you're so young in your career, but what you think in the back of the mind you're ready for?
It can be. Sometimes you just gotta, understand that, things like this take time. It's a process. It's and it's step by step. So I'm very understanding with that, being so young that things take time, and you gotta have patience for that type of things. And when my time comes, I know that I gotta shine. A lot of times, fighters, when their time comes, they don't shine. So I know when my time comes, I'm gonna be ready.
Was there a particular moment that kind of set you got yourself to say I'm ready? Was it a sparring session with somebody, or was there something that you said, what, I can knock that guy out? I see him on TV, I can knock him out.
I don't know, man. It's kind of like a little bit of everything. I watch a lot of fights, I see a lot of things, and I know myself. Main importantly, I know my capabilities, and like I said, I'm just a dominant type of fighter, and I don't see none of these guys in my division or divisions that I'm gonna be in the future really standing a chance with me.
Well, we're in April. Map out the next, 10 to 12 months. Where do we see you? If we're doing this interview a year from now, Ernesto Mercado, what's your record and where are you at?
10, 12 months from now, hopefully I'm at least 10-0 already, and maybe going for some type of title. Maybe I'll get a title shot. Who knows? Something very drastic. You know what I mean?
Are you signed with any promoters?
No, I'm a free agent as of right now.
And I bet you fielding calls, and what's your mindset in terms of that regard?
Most definitely, I'm getting a lot of calls, but as of the time right now, it's just everything's in the works. It's nothing. Like I said, when something comes across my ear, that's something very appealing. Then you guys will be the first to know about them.
There you go. A couple last questions. Where do we find you on social media?
You can follow me at Facebook, Twitter, everything, Instagram at Real Tito Mercado.
Real Tito Mercado. And anything you want to say out there to the fans in closing before you get back in the ring on April 14th in Costa Mesa, California, taking on Daniel Evangelista? By the way, how far is Costa Mesa from Pomona? I'm from Philly, so I don't know the mileage out there in the left coast.
It's about 45 minutes without traffic, maybe a little bit more with traffic, like an hour.
There's always traffic out there.
So, but for a fact, at least 50, 45 minutes.
45, 50 minutes away. So we expect to have a big following, a big crowd, a large cheering section on April 14th. What do you want to say to the fans out there in closing?
Anybody that's in Cali, man, shoot through to Costa Mesa, the hangar. You don't want to miss it. Guaranteeing a knockout, and just don't blink.
Big time amateur, 4-0, 4 knockouts as a pro, exciting style. And we may see him in a big fight soon. If it was up to him, we may see him in a big fight sooner or later. Ernesto Mercado, thank you for a few minutes of your time, and we'll talk to you along the way.
Thank you, man.